Hi Leo, welcome back. So Leo, this is going to be your reading for mid-September. Going to run through this time frame all the way till the end of the month, early October. And let's get some cards out and see what's going on, okay? Overall energy is that of Chiron, which talks about healing energy, okay? So this is all about that release, personal development, spiritual development. It also talks about like self-doubt and maybe generational trauma, which is kind of like learned behavior, you know, that we carry from childhood to some degree or another. All of us do it, some more than others, depending on what kind of childhood you had. But working through those things, no matter how old you are working through something that is kind of a learned behavior, and that's how we grow spiritually. And I feel that message right off of the bat for you, Leo. It can also talk about sensitivity, forgiveness, divinity, softness. So you might have a lot softer energy to you the next 2 weeks than maybe you've held in the past. And on a very low vibration, it talks about shame and guilt and things like that. So if you are carrying those types of things around, bringing them up to the surface to be looked at and healed during this time period will be therapeutic for you. Lots of different ways we can do that in life, whether that's talking it out, talking to a therapist, letting it out, allowing ourselves to feel the emotion. All good ways to release and heal, okay? So let's see where this reading is headed. If you're new to me or returning, the format is I'm gonna focus all my energy on you, Leo, what you're dealing with, what you're coping with. And then for those of you who are interested in hearing about the person or people you might be dealing with this month, I'll get to that at the end, okay? So, Leo, let's see where this is headed. Well, that's what I was just talking about. Some of you are carrying around a lot of heaviness, okay? You know, coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Like life could have crept up on you a little bit. And it's like maybe recently gotten quite heavy, and or you've taken on a lot of responsibility or a lot of work, etc. I feel this is more of an emotional vibe though. 5 of Cups here is also kind of like feeling like things are so hard, you know, like so much harder than you feel you can handle. But the encouragement of the 10 of Wands is that you absolutely can handle it, that you are strong enough. And whatever this is that you've been carrying around with you, whether on a conscious or subconscious level, it's time to heal that energy during this time period. And recognize that you're human, you know, and sometimes life sneaks up on us, but not really, you know. So we're meant to go through life cycles. We're meant to change. We're not meant to stay the same and everything stay the same. And as a fixed sign, Leo, sometimes you can get in that mind frame that everything has to stay the same. And I feel you. I'm a fixed sign as well, you know. So I totally get that. And so I feel that needing to let go of looking at what was, what you thought was going to be, what is, and kind of release that and just be here now. I love the saying, like, you're only ever going to be as young as you are in this moment. You know, you're only going to look like this for just this 1 second. And you're only going to experience this in just this moment, right? So let's see, what other messages do we have for Leo? Oh, nice. Dun, 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 dun. There's that Leo I know. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands. Look at all this energy, this mucky energy that you're leaving behind. Look how dark this card is. This is dark. This is also a fear-based energy, okay, when we let our fears take over. And then what are you doing? So as this time period progresses, you go into this fiery state of being and you start taking action. The Knight of Wands is someone who is taking action. Page of Wands is a creative new beginning. It's also a very youthful type of energy. So it's like reclaiming your new beginning, regardless of how old you are, where you're at in your life cycle, like reclaiming that youthful vibe that we only seem to have as like young adults or children, when like everything's new. It's our first for everything. Everything's so exciting because it's the first, right? And some of you have gotten bogged down by life and you've lost that like childhood innocence of being excited about the first, because you may have experienced a lot, been through a lot, and it's not the first anymore, you know, it's the 10th, it's the 12th, right? But this is all about reclaiming that newness, whatever that means for you. Some of you quite literally are having new beginnings here. For some of you, this is all internal, and it's like changing your perspective or changing your habits, or yeah, gaining that new idea, launching a new idea. If you have a new project in mind, going for it, right? Leo, as a fire sign, you are in your highest vibration when you are acting on things that make you feel passionate, that make you feel creative, whatever that passion is, right? And so putting yourself in that higher vibration, which in essence helps you heal, is to take action. This goes into the Six of Swords, Six of Wands. Yee, yee, yee. For some reason I wanted to say that. I don't know why. Yeah. Moving forward, okay? And I feel like the Six of Wands to me is someone who's proud. Proud of self, proud of accomplishments. Like, you know what, I worked really hard and I've been through a lot, but I also want to maintain that fresh perspective, right? And I feel that you're kind of taking the lessons of the past and moving forward. For some of you, you could be emotionally a bit aloof during this time period, because I feel like your focus is going to be on where your passion lies. And I think you really, really want to escape this feeling of either fear or stagnation or regret for some of you, whatever it is for you, whatever this darker emotion is. I think like you want to escape that and release that heaviness. Let these 10 wands fall so you can have just one again. You know, releasing some of these responsibilities as well, even if it's just for a moment, right? Even if it's just for a weekend, a couple weeks, whatever. Sometimes we need those time periods to refresh and renew our energy. And I think like that's advisable over these next 2 weeks to maybe take like a time out, right? And I feel like after you do that, you're coming back like dun 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 dun. Leo power. I'm a dork. Anyways, like feeling like, okay, I can take this on. I can do this, you know, re-energizing self. Leo, you need to do that. So I like that energy for you. If some of you have been feeling like left out or a bit isolated, I feel that that energy is temporary. There might have been some confusing messages being sent. Like somebody could be giving you like, this is for a few of you, like conflicting messages. Like they say one thing, they do another, or like one day they love you, next day they don't, or, you know, something to that effect. And I feel like that, if that's the case, then this is where that darker energy comes from. But I feel like that energy will rectify itself, because I think that you're determined to move out of that energy, period, during this time period. And then you have the Hierophant, the Sun card, going into your own energy, feeling more stable. Yeah. And what you're wishing for is that stability, right? For some of you, if you've been lacking in the funds department, money, this is for a few of you. I see that in the October time period, that situation will improve. Okay. There'll be some opportunities coming up to improve upon that, okay? All right, Leo, so if you're only interested in your energy and what you're dealing with over the next 2 weeks, then that's where the reading ends. For those of you who are dealing with a specific person and you would like to know what's going on with them and their energy, then this is where the reading continues. So, person Leo is dealing with over these next 2 weeks. Oh, wow. Okay. So I feel like the person that you're dealing with is kind of an emotional wreck right now. Sorry, cross-watcher. You have the Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups. This is like, maybe not to the degree of an emotional wreck, although that's the first thing that came to mind. For some of you, it's just like this person has a real problem with communicating their emotions in a way that you understand. And like, if we go back a couple minutes to what I just said, some of you are getting mixed messages. That was the word I couldn't think of, mixed messages. And I feel like if it's in regards to this person, it's because they try to restrict what they show you in the emotional arena, or they're not someone who easily expresses, or maybe they're having a difficult time expressing. This is likely someone you have past history with, memories with. For some of you, children, not all of you. The Six of Cups here. You have, I think that this person is kind of like, maybe in like a nostalgic type of mode over the next 2 weeks, where like they're looking back on the memories, or wanting to feel there's two different ways I could see this. Like they're looking back on the past, or like whether that be fond memories or bad memories, you know, and trying to reconnect with that on an emotional level. What else? So yeah, the Hierophant here, 10 of Cups. Woo! So I feel like this person, you know, they want more stability too. Some of you have, this is in regards to like a marriage or a long-term relationship. It doesn't have to be, but sometimes that's what the Hierophant can represent. And then the Star card here, Aquarius energy. I feel like this person they're going through a renewal of hope in their own life, whether connected or not connected to you. So like, remember I said that you were going through a period where you're going to find that inner child almost again. This person is also going through a very spiritual type of cycle in their life, okay? And I feel like the key to this person finding that and having that healing, because the Star card also talks about healing, or healing this relationship, if it's a relationship, is to become more stable in the way that they behave, and the way that they communicate their emotions in the relationship. And if so, it ends on the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, you know, happiness, having it all. I have an Adele song in my head. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You know? If this is not like, this could be any relationship in your life, you know, it could be a friend, a family member, coworker. It doesn't have to be intimate love. But I feel like this person is looking for their healing as well, emotional healing. I think that they have a hard time seeing their part in things, or a hard time expressing maybe what's truly going on. They like to look back on the past a lot, whether that's good or bad, both. You know, and that kind of puts a block in this dynamic, or in their energy. But towards the end of the month in particular, I see a healing of that. Okay? And so, yeah, that's kind of like their vibe. Now, how they heal that is going to be a little bit different for everybody. But it's all about reaching out, reaching for what they want. And what they want is the full package. Okay? So, person you might be dealing with during this next time period. Like I said, I have Aquarius here. It could be Libra, Gemini. I have Taurus here. I have a lot of fire, so it could be another fire sign. And I have a lot of water. Could be a water sign. But because this is a general reading, it could be any zodiac sign. That could just be placements in your chart, or the person's chart you're dealing with. It's going to be different for all of you. So please do like, share, and subscribe if it resonated. Also, check out my social media account links down in the description box below. And I wish you the very best, Leo. Till next time, my friend. Namaste. Bye.